in the trial capture stage, what we would do is we would add a weight onto each plane, and then you would do a data capture of a number of runs, and this would give you an average result for each balance plane. So we have our 3 balance planes of axial, center bearing and transmission. So what we're going to do first is we're going to say we're going to add a weight onto the axial plane. So we click the add button, and this is telling us that from our earlier plane configuration that we need to add on 13 grams at 0 degrees on the axial plane. So if we click yes to that. Now this diagram here is showing us a slice of the shaft, and position 1 is the position of the tacho. So this is where the reference of the phase will be from. So we'll be placing the weight at this place on the shaft. We selected to have 6 fixed positions, so this is showing us where our fixed positions are, or where we could have placed the weights, and also the rotation of the shaft in relation to those placements. So I'm going to click start and go through the 3 captures again. Right, now we've completed our capture of the 3 runs in the axial plane. So we can see that this particular signal, pinion Z, that by adding that weight, that's moved our vibration from the baseline here to this position. And similarly for the Y, it's moved from this position to this position here. So effectively what you're trying to do is trying to add weights to each balance plane so you can get a movement of the vibration. So now we're going to click next to say that we've completed this particular balance plane capture. Now it's telling us we need to remove the weights from the axial plane. So we're going to click yes to confirm that this has been removed. Now you'll see a tick here by the axial plane to say that one's been captured. So we're going to move on to the next one, the center bearing plane, and confirm that we're going to add 10 grams at the 0 degree point. Right, so I'm going to run through the 3 runs again. Right, now we've completed the trial run of the center bearing capture, and we can see from adding that weight at the center bearing, it hasn't had much of an effect on the pinion. So if we go down to center bearing Y, we can see that adding that weight has had an effect on the center bearing Y measurement. So what we can do now is click next to say that we've completed the center bearing trial capture. Now confirm that we're going to remove the 10 grams from the center bearing plane, and then we can move on to the transmission plane. So on the transmission plane, we're going to add 49 grams at 0 degrees. Right, and now I'm going to run through the 3 captures again. Right, so now I've completed my 3 data captures of the transmission plane. So as you can see, the vibration has actually had an effect on the center bearing by adding the weight to the transmission plane. And if we move down to the transmission plane Y measurement, we can see that has also had an effect on that measurement also. So now we're going to click next to say that we finished the transmission plane measurement. It's confirming that we're removing that weight. Right, so now we've completed all our trial balance plane captures. So now we can click next to go to the results page.